Piano Chords, brought to you by www.pianomother.com. This lesson shows you how to build or construct a piano chord using a few formulas. You no longer need to memorize the structure of each piano chord. All you need to know is the formula associated with each type of chord. We will discuss major chord, minor chord, diminished chord, and augmented chord in this lesson. How do you build a piano chord? Generally speaking, there are 4 types of piano chords, also known as a triad. 1. Major chord. 2. Minor chord. 3. Diminished chord. 4. Augmented chord. Major and minor chords are the 2 most important chords. It's possible to play many popular tunes using only major and minor chords. Diminished and augmented chords are merely the salt and pepper of music. They're used for passing from one major or minor chord to another. They're also known as the passing chords. To build a piano chord by using semitones, the half step is the smallest possible distance on a piano or keyboard. For example, C to D flat is a semitone. D to E flat is also a semitone. Piano chord formulas. A major chord formula, 4 to 3 semitones. Major chord can also be called the pleasant or happy chord. For example, to build a C major chord on the piano, you will use the C note, the E note, and the G note. Minor chord formula, 3 to 4 semitones. This formula is the opposite of a major chords. Using the formula, we can construct or form any minor chord easily. The minor chord can be called the moody chord or the sad chord. F minor chord equals F plus A flat, 3 semitones from F, plus C, 4 semitones from A flat. Diminished chord formula, 3 semitones. As mentioned, this chord is used sparingly. The main reason is because this chord sounds unstable. It's resolved to a major or minor chord after it's used. The diminished chord can also be called the suspense chord. C diminished chord equals C plus E flat, 3 semitones from C, plus G flat, 3 semitones from E flat. Augmented chord formula, 4 semitones. The augmented chord is similar to the diminished chord. It serves as a passing chord. When used appropriately, it will make the piano music sound spectacular. D augmented chord equals D plus F sharp, 4 semitones from D, plus A sharp, 4 semitones from F sharp. I suggest you try out these chords and hear for yourself the different flavors associated with each chord. After some testing, you will be able to identify each type of chord you come across.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I teach Cuban piano here at SOAS. Everyone knows what a piano is. Well, in Cuban music, what the Cubans have done is they've taken the piano, which is, I suppose, a Western classical instrument, and use it as a percussion instrument. And salsa piano is great fun to play because it's dance music and you're part of the rhythm section. So I teach the students I have, maybe they played classical music, maybe they've played some other sort of music, or even some of them haven't even played piano at all, but we start very much from the rhythm. So the basic rhythm in salsa and Cuban music is the clave, which goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And all the other instruments fit around that. So what I do is I start at the basic groove, because really once you've got the basic groove of it, you can play salsa piano. So the basic groove, if we just were to do it on 1-4-5, let's say, in F, so I teach them this, and it fits in with the clave going like this. Rhythm, and then what I teach them is when you're playing the song, it's a dance song track, so you tend to go on and on and on like that, but you might change it. So we start like this. And actually, really, that rhythm fits in so much of the music. So I also teach, I mean, that rhythm is in what's called son, is what's called salsa. I also teach people a rhythm called cha-cha-cha, which you can play the same rhythm but slower. Exactly the same rhythm, or you can play it old style, which is quite nice. So we work on all this stuff, we work on songs, I get them to sing a bit and then they perform playing with that little ensemble, and we have a lot of fun. That's it really. I could show you another rhythm. Another one that I really like is it's slow and it's easy. It's called Guajira, and it's meant to evoke the spirit of the countryside. And it's very simple. And it's lovely. When you play that with Latin musicians, you know this, Carlos, you play this with Latin musicians, they love that because it's a fantastic thing to solo over, and they'll join in with all the different instruments, the congas, the güiro, and yeah, it's great. And Latin music's great because you're a percussion instrument, so you're playing the percussion, and then you also get the chance to solo, as in sort of like in the jazz tradition. So you're part of the rhythm section, and then it's your turn to solo, and you can just take your space and do what you like. So I can recommend salsa piano at SOAS. Okay, let's play a bit of a montuno, why not?